Now settle down there. For goodness sake, you think that none of you had ever been in the kirk before. But you know, when I look around, there's a few faces that I have not seen on the Sabbath morning. And Roddy Mackenzie, don't you shuffle your feet. The good Lord knows you, and I have your name here, and the Almighty will see to you. Rory McLean, I see you laughing. Let me warn you, another missed Sabbath, and you will be up before a kirk session. Now, brethren, this is a fine day for the village. No less than the personage of the Lord Chancellor of Scotland, Lord Loudon, is to preside over the trial here today. I'm sure, and I want to show due deference. Oh, and now we are here for a sad trial of a young lassie who is claimed, alleged to be a witch. I remind you that she has not yet been found out to be a witch, so I would expect you to show her some Christian compassion. Oh, there is no doubt she is different from all of us. She comes from Strathlass, where they speak a different tongue from us, but the lassies fear, so no shouting or throwing rubbish at her.
Just get on with it.
Now, sit down, lass. Now let me say to you a word of warning. Do not speak the Gaelic to the Lord. Lord Loudon is from the lowlands and he does not have the Gaelic. But I will help you. Do not worry, unless, let me say, I do not believe that you are a witch, so I urge you to put yourself in the hands of the Almighty. And it is the Almighty, the only Lord, who will decide what happens to you here today. So sit you down there. Ah! They're coming. Oh, welcome, the Lord Chancellor. Our kirk is honoured to have you.
Is this the prisoner?
Yes, my lord, that's her. See how she peers at us. Evil is in her eye.
Desist, sir. You will only speak in this courtroom by my invitation. Brethren, men and women of Kirkhill, Wardlaw parish, it is right that you have turned up today for the trial of this woman. I've been sent here by the Parliament of our nation to ensure that the trial is carried out in a true Christian manner. Lord Maclean, Manny's clan chief, has expressed concern to Parliament that a terrible injustice is being thrust upon the folk in the Chisholm lands of Strathlass. In the name of the Almighty, through the work of one man, when the Maclean speaks, Parliament listens. In many years now, our land has been plagued by a plague of cold, wet weather. No one in living memory can recall such a time. Crops have failed or been of limited sustenance. You have been close to starvation on many occasions, when you have all eaten grain that in the past you would have thrown away. At times, only the charity of Lord Lovett and the harvest of the fishermen of the Firth has sustained you. Miscarriage lies across the nation, and we have all wondered why we have been visited by such a pestilence. We have prayed to ask what we have done to receive such a punishment. The witch picker here and his ilk and there are many like him throughout the land, hold that it is because the nation is overrun by witches and wizards. Their presence is an abomination in the eyes of God. The witch prickers have stopped our land, and because we know the Almighty looks on us and we fear for the devil among us, we want an end to the trials. We are watched. And I must say, many have relished the torture that has been brought to us. He and his kind, with our approval, have purged the land. 300 witches and wizards have been discovered and executed by the witch hunters, and still we suffer. Brethren, all of us are guilty of a lack of compassion and the sin of silence. Only the MacLean had the courage and the power to question what is happening. The Kirk's theologians have considered the question raised by Lord MacLean. The question: is the pestilence caused by the presence of an army of witches and wizards? Or is it the work of the witch prickers, which is against the will of God and incurs his wrath? The Kirk and Parliament have sent me here to finally solve our dilemma through the trial of this young woman. I hope this will be the last trial of this kind in our land. Does the woman understand what is being said?
At times she does, my lord. She has the Gaelic, which is the language of a woman's third class. But I will help her if that's okay.
Your sister, yes. Who then brings the charge?
My lord, the charge is laid by the Chisholm, and he has instructed that I present the case against this witch.
Contain your zeal, sir. You have not been found guilty.
Not yet. Apologies, my lord.
Why is the minister not here to case the accused?
But, my lord, since this young woman arrived in the village, illness has held sway in the manse. The minister and his wife are housebound through fear and worrying and stomach pains that they have endured since this vile creature
Sir,
came.
will temper your language. I shall not warn you again. I take it that you will make the charge. Please begin.
My lord, brethren of Kirkhill and Wardlaw, let me assure you that this young woman is not of this earth. Her father, Robin of Strathglass, you all know him, he's fed this village on many occasions. Good man as he is, he has spawned, yes my lord, spawned a she-devil. 6 months ago, Rory Fraser of the Bogroy Arms responded to a request from the minister to employ this young woman as a maid to secure her a living. And good Christians that Fraser and his wife are, they opened their door and their hearts to this young woman. And how were they rewarded? Some 3 weeks later, all at the same time, Fraser, the minister, and his wife were struck by a pestilence that remains to this day because no great doctor of Bewley can find a cure. The answer lies in this court by allowing me to test this woman as a witch using the tried and tested method of body pricking.
I have heard much of the tests that you use. but I've never seen your type in action.
Oh, I can explain it, sir.
No, better we hear it from the beadle. You have been present at the prickings, have you not? Could you tell us what happened?
I said, my lord, this is a fiendish torture.
No, we don't. You will tell of it. I will decide what it is.
Yon's no mannerly way treating folk. Many is like, others looking at us too closely. And the thought of being stood up there naked and friendly, oh, the village is a shameful thing. That he makes the accused strip half naked as the day they were born. Naked with all them out there laughing and jeering. And him, he loves him. He rants and raves, telling folk that if they are honest and godly, they have nothing to fear. He says that in a witch's or a wizard's body, there are hidden spots where no matter where they are or how you injure them, they will feel no pain. And finding that spot means the devil is in them. Even if you stick the pin right into the vein, they will feel no pain. But if the person is of the devil, the witch pricker will find that spot, and it takes time because the evil one hides the spot. He uses long bodkins and drives them into the vein. The first bodkin causes screaming, which is in itself of the devil. But to him, the screams mean nothing, nor do the cries for mercy. The blood flows, but he keeps at it. Mace confess just to get him to stop. The screams are bad, but the most terrible sound is the whimpering that follows a confession. And we witness the ruin of a human being just like ourselves. It's like watching an injured wee dog that nobody wants. Oh, it's an awful sight, with blood running for every wound. It's not the Almighty's work that he does, but everyone is safe here to speak, even myself. Because it could be me standing there. All of it needs someone to say that I am a wizard. You know, it's not about the devil. It's about him making money and neighbours using petty jealousies to steal folks' land, their wives and their possessions. He gets his reward for finding the deal in anyone, anywhere. The villagers love it. It's a better entertainment than Johnny's dancing bear. We are all to blame. God forgive us.
Still himself, Clooney. Can I see the Watkins? In the name of God. Are these what you use? Oh, God forbid you hear them used again.
They are the tools that do the Almighty's work.
Hold your tongue, man. You dare to blaspheme and use the Lord's name in your defence.
I am not on trial here.
Oh, but your bodkins are. Now let us hear from the accused. Brethren, no one among you must move or speak while I converse with the lassie. Mary, lighten your heart and trust in the Almighty that you will be fairly tried. But tell the truth at all times and leave out nothing. Clooney, take off that, release her from the binding. And make sure she understands what I say.
My lord, she understands and will tell all. would she still need some help from me?
Of course. Mary, no one will interrupt you. Tell us in your own words.
I came to Kirkhill to earn a living. I felt honoured that the minister had found me a position with Master Fraser. For a time all was well. I enjoyed the work, and I liked living in a larger village. The Strath is a wee place. Then one night, I rejected the attentions of the master. My mother had told me that masters expect favours. I threw the water jug at him, and he beat me to teach me a lesson because I'd broken the jug. But he didn't bother me again.
And the illness at the manse and the Fraser?
A few weeks after that, the minister's wife became ill, and so did the minister and the master, but they were less bad. She suffered terrible agony. One moment she was too hot, the next she was bitterly cold. She ranted in her words, and it said she had terrible nightmares. She would scream in the night. The beauty doctor could find no cause. That was when the minister convinced the Kirk session to bring in the witch picker, and my troubles began. The first night, the witch pricker arrived at the Wardlaw. I was waiting in the lobby to clear the table when I finished dinner. I heard the master boasting that I would welcome a visit from the witch hunter. They both laughed at me over their port. That night I lay awake in fear, but he never came. The next morning, I took up a jug of hot water. Did not hear my knock, and wasn't surprised when I came in. And then it happened. I saw. He told me I must not say anything and hide our secret. He said that if he did, he would cause the master to dismiss me. That secret is the reason why I'm here.
Can this be true? Truly. Is the doctor in the village?
No,
Who then of the congregation is trustworthy and knows the workings of the human body?
it would be Jeannie the midwife.
But she's a witch! She's a witch!
Your reaction indicates that you have something to hide. Jeannie, come here. Well then, we have a strange situation which we must resolve. I am sending the witch picker to the crypt with Jeannie and Cluny, both of whom you all respect, and know their godliness, truth of their godliness, simple and faith. Go! You know what to do. People of Kirkhill and Wardlaw, this has been a sad time for our nation. We have been visited by something strange. Many of you have suffered the same agues as the man's. The shivering, the shaking, the falling down, and the wild dreams. Your cattle and hens have also suffered the pestilence. I do not know where it comes from. I will report to Parliament that you are ill-fed and share the same grain as your animals. You know they have acted strangely. A normally docile bull runs amok through the village. Your chickens cease to lay. Your milk is poor. These unusual happenings were seized upon by the witch picker for his own reasons. I do not believe this lass is a witch, or that witches and wizards walk the land. The witch picker has a terrible secret, which we will all know soon. He is a force of evil, that has walked your village, but I assure you, you will soon be rid of him. I shall dispatch a grain sloop to the Firth with fresh grain as soon as I return to Edinburgh. Clooney, you're aboard.
Sir, Lord, I am astonished. Janie has examined the witchbreaker as I have. The man is a woman.
So the lassie was right. This man, woman, has to hide her own secret and to reap reward has persecuted innocent folk. Brethren, the trial is at an end. This lassie goes free. The lesson from today is that we must never look down on others because they look different or speak different. Let ilka man take heed.
Thank you.
The Billy Theatre Company